You are now watching a Lucky Penny Shop product feature.
Hey, it's Lucky Penny Shop, ready to check out a very cool game, almost antique. It's from the 1930s. Most people say antique is 100 years old, so it's close. Maybe this was from around then. But they've made quite a few different versions, designs, shapes. It's called Push 'em Up, and this is the Big 5 version, which has 5 games. So you see all the different color pennants and numbers. A lot of fun characters here. This one's saying Sacco. I'll show you close-ups of all this. But the five games are Put and Take, Baseball. Now, they have baseball hyphenated. I was wondering, is that how they originally spelled it, with the hyphen in between? They have 21 with the hyphen. I think that's okay. Pennants, and then Bagatelle. I don't know any of those games, except for baseball, but how does it work on this game board? We'll have to learn. I got this at a garage sale, paid $30. They wanted more, but it's missing a piece. I will show you. There's supposed to be, you're going to hear a lot of clicking the balls, an arm that connects to here, connects to the other side, that flips up or down. So if you don't want the legs, then you flip it back. If you want the legs, you flip it the other way. And then this person had it hanging on a wall, and they took that metal bar out. They don't know where they put it. I left them my phone number. Hopefully one day they find it. So they hung it on the wall, took that off, and they misplaced it. So you'll see a lot of these on the internet missing the bar. There's very few pictures of the bar. I'll show you what it looks like. I had to search high and low for it. Because very few people actually picture a good picture of the bar. That's one of the best ones I can find. Different bars way up higher on the game, but this is kind of the shape I'm going for. I'm going to make one. That's the plan. I have some thinner wire, which I'm going to use as a template, and then here's what the side looks like. So that's where it would go in the hole, then sits here, and then this is not in the playing position. Then you flip this up, and then it would angle it just right so you could play it. Because right now, you know, it's flat. You can't play. You shoot a ball, and it doesn't go anywhere. All right, so there are 5 games. Put and Take. So I found some instructions. Exciting to find instructions, but I could not find the instructions for this specific one. This is for the electric version. So they had all different kinds and shapes and different boards and games and layouts. This one is the Push 'em Up Big 5, but the electric one had 2 batteries, I think, underneath it, and something with these metal little, what would you call those? Cups, I guess you'd call them. Cups? Let me see, maybe pockets. So these metal little pockets, I think, would either make a sound or light up. I'm not sure. I'll have to do more research on that. I wasn't really interested in that one because I want to find out the one that I have. So let's see. So it says, remove the nail that holds balls in return track. So we're calling this the return track, and it must have been shipped so that the balls were held in place. It is there only to hold balls during shipment. Set up the legs, which we do not have. To play, pull plunger all the way back, releasing one ball, and then shoot, using the gauge to determine how strong a shot to make. So the spring is the gauge. When all the balls have been played, return them to starting point by upping the board. So you kind of are tilting. I don't know. It's hard to see. I had to modify this and brighten it up to make it legible. Okay, so the game of Put and Take, the game of how to play 21, how to score a baseball, and then how to play pennants, and how to score bagatelle. I think I'll go through these in a little more detail later, but I guess if you want to just try to read that, if it'll help you, before I even start, because I want to get the legs set right. Now I can play it by, there's the scorecard for baseball. And here's how to play pennants, and here's how to play, how to score bagatelle. I want to get the legs set. Now you could put a book underneath it, or you could prop it up. The exact height, I think, is about 2 to 3 inches. So let's do this. Let me grab a piece of wire, and I'll try to make something to work on this for now, and then I'll show you what I'm going to use to make the final version of the legs. Okay, I'm going to use 12 gauge electrical wire. I'm just going to cut a piece. It's going to be too long, but at least get me started. And then basically just need to start with this in here. And then the first bend, I believe, is just going to be straight up. Okay, and then the next bend here, let me get that picture out, is going to be the leg part. So it's going to be higher up, let's say right about here. Then we're going to want to turn this down like this. And then this is going to come across like this. This is just a very crude version of the leg. I'm just going to stretch to the other side. Come all the way across here. So that this way when it folds down it's flat, and then when it folds up it sits like this. This is a pretty strong wire, but it's not gonna, it'll probably support it, but I don't think it's what I want to use. It'll at least let me play the game. So it's gonna go up, it's gonna bend down, it's gonna come across, and then it's gonna turn in like that. Let me cut that to where I think it'll fit. It's just temporary. I'm gonna make better bends. Okay, so it's gonna be something like that. So when this turns, it's going to sit like this. That goes in there pretty good. And then when you're ready to play, you prop it up and it's going to sit on these legs. So I might have to work out the angles and everything, but that's a good temporary set of legs. Let's see if it holds it. I'll have to balance it better too to make sure I get left and right. Okay, that's going to hold it. So let me just play around so you can see how it's played. You got to tilt this all up. All the balls go up in that top section, and then you roll them back down, and there you go. Because I want to make sure it's going to be even on both sides. All right, let me see if I can get the camera a little bit better for you. If I was going to play put and take, each player starts with 25 buttons, chips, or other counters, and contributes 5 of them to the pool. So maybe pennies or change. So each put in 5 depending on how many people are playing. Then in turn, each player shoots 1 ball and puts 2 or takes from the pool the number of counters determined by the pocket into which he has shot the ball. Okay, so you can have 9, 8, 10, 4. Guessing these are going to be, this is what will be the hardest one at 10. Well, there's a 10 up there. That one's hard. There's 5 at the top. 1, 2, 3, 7, 6. So those are the numbers. And then, okay, if ball rolls to the bottom, player again contribute. If ball rolls to the bottom, player shoots until one gets into a pocket. So you keep playing. Whenever less than 5 counters are left in the pool, each player again contributes 5 counters as at the start. So you're going in over. So you're going over again. When any player runs out of counters, he is eliminated. Game continues until one player wins all counters. And put and take, all of the balls count the same. The number preceded by the letters P and T are used in scoring this game. P means put and T means take. Well, there's P's. There's P's. Oh, I see. So those other numbers don't count. So you're looking at the flags. Put 1, take 2, take 3, put 3, take 5, take 1, take 1, take 5, or put 5, take 2. So there's a P4. All right, there they are. P1. Up there is a T4. So let me just shoot. I think we all want to see how it plays. Hopefully the legs stay. Okay, so that's a put 2, a P2. That is a scratch. Ooh, almost a 10. I'm going to do a little less pressure on it. See. Well, that wasn't much less. Ooh, it came back. That's not enough. That's not enough. Ooh, put 2 again. That loop's pretty cool up there on the left. Ooh, that one's good. Ooh, put 4. I want to take. Ooh, take 4. Put 4. Ooh, put 1. All right, so that's put and take. I do want to work on that arm a little bit. So now let me show you how they use to make and more secure and something closer to the original. Okay, so let's get this one out of here. I think this one's pretty close. I'm just going to have to work on these angles, and if this needs to be just a little longer, because you want these two loops to be the same height. So I think this is close. So now what I can do is bend this out so I know about the length, because it's going to be much harder to cut this metal, because this is what the leg is really kind of made out of. Very rigid, not easy to bend, so I know I don't need this much. And it looks worn and used. I found it in the garage. So I'm going to have to cut this right about here. Let's see if I can do that with a wire cutter. I don't think I can. I'll have to get something else, but it's a good start. Oh yeah, I can. There you saw, that's much harder to cut. So I made it longer. And the first bend is just going to be straight over. Let me get a vice grip. I just want to see how this fits into this. Okay, so right about there. That's all that really sits in there. So I want to set the first bend right there. So I'm just going to take this, clamp it down. I'm going to bend it straight over. That fits in there pretty good. Okay, the next bend. Let me take my prototype. So it's going to be kind of like this. Let me rebend this. So it's like this. And this is going to bend down. And then it's going to bend across. So that it folds up like that. But this should be a little bit longer, I think. So the first bend, I'm going to do a little further out. Say to here. That's kind of the length I think is going to work the best. Then this is going to bend down here. It's going to be kind of like that. So I think I need to go a little bit higher. Let's see if that makes a difference. Yes, then it's going to sit like that. Then it's going to fold down and lock in here. Then it's going to bend back up like that. Alright. I'm going to go a little shorter. I think that's it. Okay, so we have to bend this way. And then we need to kind of match that height to say right about there. This is going to be a little harder. I'll hold this here. I'm sure there's other ways to do this. We're going to bend this completely. Oh, I think I'm going to go back. Oh, it's going to make it a little wider. Let's go right about there. Definitely harder to bend than another wire. Okay, pretty good. There we go. So now we need to bend somewhere along here. It's going to bend back this way. Actually, it's going to bend straight across. So wherever I make that, now it's going to go straight across this way. I'll lock this in a little bit better. To sit like that, and then come over like that. Okay, so I can already tell it's a little too long, but that's okay. I can make an adjustment on that later. Now this bends completely next to that, so now it's got to come up the other way. Let's take this out. Let me mark it. Actually, I'm going to cut this end just a little. So it fits in there a little snugger. This is going to be a harder cut. shot across the room. Oh, I like that. So now I need this bend to come up this way. So I'm going to take this out, set the vice grip here. It's not tight enough. It's going to come back up this way. Ooh. Make this tighter. That's about right. Well, let's test it this way. Okay. So it really just sits on the board, but it should be this way. As it's being supported like that. All right, so now I need to make a loop this way. This one's going to be tough. Okay, yeah, so it's a little long, so I'm going to have to bend this back a little. Hold on a second. So this should actually sit flat. So I'm going to bring the... Actually, I kind of like that. Let's just continue on. I'm not sure I have enough now because I made it bigger than the prototype. So let's just bend this back. It's possible. Not easy, but possible. And make it a little shorter. Okay, which means I'm going to have to change the other bed too. That's okay. The ones you do see online are all bent up anyway. We can straighten that out later. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, and it's going to go like that and lock in. So now we got it a little shorter. So now we need to bend this back. Let me just take my prototype. So now we got to take this like this. I think like this. If I had an original, okay, it's a little better. I think I'm gonna fudge it just a little bit. I think maybe that this bend needs to be a little bit tighter, but I think I'm close. So now here is where that other bend needs to be. So this is gonna come out. Yeah, let me just do it with this. I think I gained enough now to make this work. So right about here is the bend back. Can't see that hole every time. Okay. Wrong spot. I want a little tighter. It's okay, we just fix. Let's try that again. So this goes here. All right. We can do it. We're gonna do it. So now I needed this part here, right here, a little further back. Oh, this is gonna bend up. All right. Let's see how this works. Where's the hole? Where is the hole? I gotta keep looking this up. Okay, that's pretty good. So I need another one going here down. So I'm not taking any measurements. I'm just doing it all by sight. That looks about right. That's pretty close. That looks pretty level. Okay. So I need to just get one more going inward. Let's see though, where am I going to make that bend? So, right on the end. I think I made it just long enough. I guess I shouldn't have cut it. But this is the only way to really get it. If I have to get more wire, I will. This one's going to come in this way. That's pretty close. Okay, I just gotta clean up the bends a little. It's got the bends. Yeah, it's pretty sturdy now. Got 3 balls in there though. I think that's gonna work. I might have to change it just a little. All right, let me work on it a little bit, clean it up, and then I'll put it back in place. All right, in the process of rebending this one, it just got bent too many times and it broke, but I had another piece and now I've reworked it and I've noticed a couple things. One, there's a little divot here where this hits. Here, let me zoom in. So I've got that pretty close to where that needs to be. That's kind of the angle it had. So it goes like this and then like this, and it hits here and it hits here. So I think I have this more accurate now as far as the legs go. So I'm just gonna make a few more bends. So I gotta actually take it this way, set this ear like this, give it a little space. Let me get this in. That's a little too much space. So I need a straight bend right about there, straight up, little angle. Okay, that's the wrong angle. There we go. That's about right. That's the first one. It's not the easiest wire to bend. Angle this one just a little bit more. Now if I had an original or something close, I'd be able to really match it perfect. But I think now we're close. So I'm going to do a little bit more measuring this time. And I need to mark this. Let me set it here. So it's right about here. It needs to bend back. Bend completely over. This time I didn't cut it before I did all this. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's a little too much. All right, bend it back. Just gotta do it just one time. Even with thinking I have it right, it wasn't right. We're gonna bring it back a little bit more. Yes, I like that. looks better. That's pretty close now. Yes, I think we're good. Alright, so now I just need to make a bend in, but if I estimate the cut this time, it needs to be just a little bit longer than that so I can bend it over. So we're going to do it right there. There we go. I think this is much better. It's going to be straight over. I want to go this way. Okay. I think that's it. Folds down. Folds up. It hits right where it's supposed to hit, there, where the legs sit. And then that folds back. Alright. I think I'm happy with that. Let me set it up and we'll see how it supports itself now. Okay, so now that's like that, that's like that. I had to bend them out just a little bit more. Well, that's pretty good. Oh, you can't see much, can you? Let me zoom out. That'll help. Move all the balls over. I will say it's not factory, but it's not going anywhere. Let's see. Ooh, right up there. Whoa, right in there again. What's the chance of that? A little softer. No, it keeps hitting that one. There we go. Ooh, right in the middle. So you can kind of change the trajectory of that just by the amount of spring pullback. Okay, I need to clean up now because I want to take the glass out. To do that, I think I'm just going to remove a couple of the nails on this side. Well, maybe the other side's better. So once I get the glass out, then I can get all the dust out, clean the glass. It's dirty on the other side, and then I will continue on trying to get this nice and clean. Okay, before I get to that, I noticed when I was taking this down, I could either go this way with the legs if I want that angle, and this way with the legs. Both are pretty sturdy, so my design works pretty good. All right, back to taking this apart. Okay, so this was the prototype. Then I went to this, which actually did not work, and then I broke it, and I ended up with this, which kind of sits pretty flat. It's pretty much the same height across. This bend is a little more rounded than that one, but I think generally speaking the heights are there. I could bend this and do a little bit more to it, but I think it's pretty good. All right, I wanted to do that before I got these nails out, so I'm going to have to get the right tools. There are 2 nails on each side, and I think I can just carefully pull them out, which would pull this piece of trim out, and I'll be able to slide the glass out. Okay, now these 2 nails are coming out already, so they'll just need a little prying, I think. Shouldn't take much. I've got a couple thin tools. Let me try this one here. This one seems to be a little bit better. Just got to get it in there. Slowly pry it out. There's one. This one should be about the same. Let's start with the real skinny one. Okay, let me switch to the other side. All right, I notice all the nails are loose, and that's why the frame is a little jiggly. So I have to come up with a plan for that. Don't want to put too much pressure on the frame. Oops, sorry. Let's see if that one's easy. That one seems to be there and better than the other one. I could take like a pliers or a snub nose pliers and let me get the bigger head on that now. That one's in there pretty good compared to the other ones. Okay, one more. Now this one's deeper in the wood, so. Well, look, came right out. Much easier. Okay, so that should pull the glass out. You know, this is just under pressure here from the piece of trim. So now let me clean out over here and I'll slide the glass out onto a piece of fabric. Okay, decided cardboard would be better. It'd be easy to clean. It's soft. Oh, squeak. Nothing on the inside is changing. Okay, yeah, definitely dirty. Now let's look at the board. Now you can see the board better. Upside down. Basically just sits in the track. But now you can really see how dirty it is, especially up here where the balls come in. Not sure if I'll be able to do much there. We'll see. Let's go way up there though. Okay, see those crazy characters up there? It says made in the USA, Northwestern Products, St. Louis, Missouri, patent number 1925018. It says return balls up here. I can tilt this just a little. There's that guy. That little crazy guy. And you got this crazy football player. I think he's kicking. The baseball player says Sacco next to it. I think I'm going to hit it with some air first. Let's see if you can get a better shot of these. So you got this little guy here riding a horse, and this guy is, looks like he's playing maybe polo, I don't know, but he's falling off the horse too. Now, let's get a can of air and just see if we can blow some stuff out. I'm going to kind of blow it that way so it goes all to my backdrop there, and we'll see what we get. I'm seeing a lot of dust bunnies. Okay, now this pin is wobbling. Okay, so it's something you don't notice when the glass is in. All the other ones seem to be okay. This one's moving around, so I'll have to put something in there to kind of keep that one propped up. I don't think, maybe it's touching the glass and that's what's holding them in. Let's see, all the other ones are fine. That one is loose. Alright, let me collect that dust. I think that's pretty good. Alright, I saw quite a bit, but it's all over my studio area now. It's all up there, so let me make some adjustments here, come back and see if we can clean this board a little. Right now, though, I'm collecting the marbles, the metal balls. Don't want to lose any of those. There's one more up here. Maybe we can shoot it out. There it goes. Okay, now those are out of the way and safe. Let's see what we can do. I don't want to be moving the glass around too much, so I'm going to do that. That's the top. Just getting it temporary, and then I'll probably wipe it off one more time. So there is a bunch of dust and debris. There's the back. Let's start with the fresh side of the paper towel. Oh, I just see it. That's how dirty it was under the glass, believe it or not. Alright, first cleaning. This way I can get it out of the way. That's all the dirt. So I'm going to move this out of the way now and work on the board. Alright, that's the dust I collected. There was more, but I think it's around the studio now. Nothing I can do about that. Oh, it's dirty underneath this. So it just went everywhere. I couldn't collect it all. So I want to do a test spot. Probably going to do this edge here lightly. Let me get a couple more cleaning products. I wanted to show you the fuzz. That's why I'm not completely set up. All right, so this is behind the frame, so I don't want to... Oh yeah, look at that. I want it to have some vintagey look to it. Yeah, look how dirty it is. No color is coming off, which is the main thing. Sometimes you can over clean things, but look how dirty. So I guess this now is just going to be a slow process. Wow, that's a big difference. Just look under, look by the big 5. You can see where I wiped. All right. I think I want to put some Windex in a bowl so I don't have to keep spraying it. But look how dirty it is. So no colors coming off. It's just the dirt. So I'm going to keep going. This is really dirty up here. You can see it in that little nook and cranny up there. A lot's collected here. Yep. rub too hard. I'm just kind of going soft. A lot of little pins to go around. Let me zoom out a little. I'm going to use all my big Q-tips. So I'm still taking off a lot of the dirt. It's probably just from the metal of the marbles. You can see down here in this track section, it's all worn. I'm just going to leave that, not much I can do. So the paint is worn off from the tip of this rubbing against it. Gonna have to leave that. You know, let me get some smaller Q-tips. Got these from Harbor Freight. They were by the cash register on the end aisle, and the first time I went, I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna get them. Mrs. LPS said, I think you're gonna use those. You should get those. She was right. So the next time I went in there, I got them. These are good for all the little Okay, I think I got them all. And I keep going over it, and more of this black comes on. Let's just keep going. I think I've hit probably 90% of it, so I'm just going to go around now in different places. I did take a before picture. I'm not sure if you're going to see much of a change. It's not like a rusty item. Small Q-tip. Oh, I can get behind this loop-de-loop here. You can tell the ball hits this first usually, and this is the way out. It's like, shoo. That's the track that's worn the most. I want to see, there's a couple stubborn spots here. I think I'm going to leave him. He's got a couple spots on his pants. I still have to fix one pin. While I'm doing this, I'm thinking, how am I going to fix that one pin? don't you fix the one pin? Oh, let me take a picture now. Okay, picture taken. Let me get all the pennants just to make sure. Wow, dirty. Get this horse good. Yeah, I can't tell. He does look like he's maybe a polo player. He's in an outfit with stripes. Maybe he's just a jockey. I'm not sure. These are hard to read. These say 500, but it's cut off with the metal loop. They're locked in there, so there's nothing I can do with that. This is the loose one. I think up here needs a little bit more. Right there. Let's see if we can get more off. A little bit. Look at that. So far, this is what I have. This one's still pretty usable. I think I'm happy with that. Like I said, I don't want perfection here. I like the vintagey kind of worn look, but not. I don't think I'm ever taking it apart again. That looks better. Let me just spray for any cotton. Okay, so this pin. Let me see. I could just put something in there, maybe a little glue. That'll affect the top. Okay, something I have to think about, because it just comes right out. It's weird how one pin needs to stand up straight. Alright, let me think about that. Okay, the first thing I'm going to try is this tacky stuff that I have around. So I'm not putting glue on it. It'll be difficult to get such a tiny drop, and I don't think that's going to support it. So I'm just going to take a minuscule piece. Put it on the end. Well, let's see if I can get it in the hole. Tweezers would help. that works. Let me get something to clean that out with. I need something really pointy and sharp. Hold on. Okay, a tool set I've never brought out. These tiny little scalpel tools. Never use it in a video. Doesn't want to break. Tweezers. The only tweezers I have handy. I think that's pretty good. Okay. Just needs to hold it there. Okay, maybe a little more cleanup, but I think that's good. Time to put the glass back on. All right, so I wiped it one more time. Now the frame's going to go back on. So let me get set up for that. I think I might just put a little glue on the tips of the nails of this. But we'll see. Alright, glass is in. Looks great. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm just test fitting. I'm noticing this is held in by the trim. Tell you what, let me just temporarily get 2 nails in before I do one side, then I can make an adjustment if I need to. It was rickety to begin with, but let me get these nails temporarily in. Going right back in that same hole. Yeah, it should all line up. Okay. Let me put this one in now, and then I'll glue that just with some regular glue. I would really need to take this completely apart, I think, to reframe it with clamps. Not going to tap anything with a hammer just yet. I could though. Okay, so that was not finding the original hole. There it is. Okay, I think I'm going to get a clamp. Time for a clamp. I always say clamps are your friend. We're going to find a clamp. Okay, so I got my biggest clamp here. This will slowly press everything in. The nail on the right is going in straight. This one is not. Okay. The one on the right is completely in. There we go. Clamps are your friend. Let me straighten it up one more time. There we go. Okay, I don't need to leave the clamp. Those are in tight. So now, I'm going to take these end ones out. Remember, I just temporarily put them in. I want to get glue on them. Whoa, we spilled. Okay, we can save that. Now my clamp will reach all the way across. I'm not sure I'm going to do that. Remember how easy this one slid in? Oh, this will work. How to use a tool the way it's not supposed to be used. I think when I put the pressure on from the other one, that's why this one was harder to get in and out. You know what? I think I'm going to put the big clamp on. That'll put pressure on the one on the end, and then pressure on that one at the same time. Well, okay. Alright, let me flip it around and get that other one. Alright, it's a good feeling when you get the clamp in and it puts the nail right in. It's on a little angle. Where is... I'll use this. Might have originally gone on at that angle, I don't remember. There we go, that snuck that up pretty good. Okay, back together. Looks good. It's always got that loose feeling to it. I think you should almost come from the other side and put something in there to kind of give it some, to tighten it up. Something in this crack here. I got the whistle in my nose. Man, let me think about that. Oh, here, let me show you. If you look here, That's why it's always so wobbly. You just need a little spacer in there just to kind of hold the glass tight to the top. Alright, let me clean up. Let me come up with a plan for that. Close to playing it. Okay, so I'm working on the other side because I felt I should redo them both with glue, which also remembered to put the balls in. So I'm kind of following the same process. Ooh, that one's in a bad spot. And then while doing all that, I realized that that pin that I fixed was too long. So I think it's been bent from when it first was put together. Because I noticed when I put the glass back in that, let me angle this up this way. I don't know why I'm doing it. There we go. I noticed that the glass kept hitting it. So my guess now is that it was originally just a little too long. So I shortened it. I'm almost done with that. I'm going to do the same thing with the glue and the nails. Those two are already glued and ready to go, so I just got to put this back together. So I'll do that, get my glue out, and reset these. Shouldn't take long. And then I realized I could just use a little hammer. Because it's not that much pounding to get them in. So I'm just kind of putting the glue on the end of the nail, going back to the original hole. Now all the balls are back in. That would have been bad. And there you go. All right, let me just hammer this back in here. I can do one real quick. They go in pretty easy with the hammer. Ooh, I'm losing the balls. Only came out 3. Get them back in. The other side's holding together pretty good where I fixed it. Boy, they're just hard to wrangle in. There we go. I'll get this figured back in and I'll nail it back together. With those pesky marbles. That's not the right angle for nailing this, but okay, so I figured out something for the back as well, using up some of the scraps. Here, let me flip it over. I can clean this all out now. Let me flip it over. All right, so I've gone around all the nails. Snug them up a little bit. Frame's looking nice and solid. So here's what I came up with. The Q-tips. By the way, here's all the Q-tips that I used. Pretty messy. These fit perfectly under here in most spots. I was thinking just put okay, so I went around, re-tapped in all the nails from the other side just to make sure that was the last side. And as I was doing it, I was cleaning up because I was moving all these out of the way and trying to think, all right, what fits perfectly back here? And these fit really nice. I'm just going to put maybe 4 of them in, just as little spacers, maybe 2 on each of the sides. I'm going to leave them out so you can remove them. Ooh, that one's shot. That one's shot. I'm just going to take them like this. Put a little pressure on it so that when you're moving it around, the glass doesn't rattle. What would be bad is if I just saw a marble roll around. That would have been bad. There we go. So now the whole thing is secure. Let's get this. We'll put this in. And now I'm ready to actually turn it over and play it. So let's give it a whirl. Okay, I put the legs on. Let me show you how easy that was. That looks pretty cool now that it has custom legs. So basically just taking this out, putting it in, and then it will fold. Not like the original, but I think I'm okay with that. I could just take them off. See, that's what other people did. So maybe they didn't fold all the way down on this version. And I would say this would be considered a light restoration. That's what I'm calling it. I do need to wipe it down one more time. Now, because I've already got to put the balls in, well, I was going to take this side apart anyway, the bottom half, and then fix this because this was all loose. Now everything's really snug. The game is snug. It sits great. I think, generally speaking, I got it. I'm happy with it, but there's fingerprints on this side from when I was doing things. And then I noticed a bonus with this stand. We'll see. Okay, let me just do a random test and play some. Okay, so let's just see. Let's just launch some up there. I noticed the T5s, the P5s, everything on the left is the hardest to get to because the way the ball swoops up at the top. Here, how about that? That's a little better. Take 4, that's a good one. Take 2. Put 2. I have not been able to get a T5 yet. There's a take 3. Ooh. That is a put 1. Okay, so this is what I was going to show you. That's all you need to do now is tilt up on my legs. And then they all come back down. That is nice. All right, so we've learned put and take, right? Okay. So now how to play 21. In the game of 21, all the balls count the same. The numbers from 1 to 10 are used in scoring 21. So the numbers 1 through 10. So you have 10s, 4s, 9s, 8s, 7. Okay, we got that. All are in the same relative position at each cup. All are at the same. Okay, so right above it. One score either 1 or 11, so just like playing 21, points as the player himself chooses. All other numbers count only their own value. Each player should be provided with the same number of counters, and each player shoots 1 ball. The highest score designated the banker, who always shoots last, and his counters become the bank, and each player plays against the bank. Okay, so you're back to the counters. The object of the game is to accumulate a total as close as possible to, but not exceeding 21 points. In 21, the balls that do not go into cups are not considered shots, but are entirely disregarded. A winner is 21 points made by getting a 1 counted as 11, and a 10 with the first 2 balls that one player shoots. First, the player places his stake of 1 or more counters. So you're betting. Ooh, it's like a betting game. This stake may be increased at any time before the player's final score is reached. He may not increase it after his last shot. The player then immediately forfeits his stake to the bank. If it is a winner, He takes up his stake and collects an equal number of counters from the bank. When a player has collected on a winner or paid on an overshot, he no longer has a stake in the game and cannot again win or lose in that particular game. If his total is 21 or less, it is written down and game proceeds. Okay, so you got to write this down. After all the players have completed their game, it is the banker's turn. His object is to accumulate a sufficient score to tie or beat the scores of opponents left in the game. If he gets over 21, the bank pays off each player. If he makes 21, he collects the stakes. If his 21 is a winner, he collects double. Ooh, if his 21 is a winner, which means you get it on 2 shots, I guess. 11 or 10. If he stops with a score below 21, the bank collects from those the banker has tied or beaten and pays those who had a higher score than his. The first player to score a winner during a game wins the right to be banker for succeeding games, but the counters in the bank revert to the original banker. However, if in the same game the banker also scores a winner, he remains banker. Okay, so it's about that 21. Let me reread the object of the game. Okay. In 21, the balls do not go into cups. All right, points are okay. The winner, here we go. If his score is more than 21, the player immediately forces a stake to the bank. If it is a winner. So the winner, let me see. A winner is 21 points. We know that. What did it say about the banker? All right, either way. So let me just do a few and see if I can get to 21. So we have a 10 here, a 1 here, a 1 up there. I think that 1 is the easiest to get to. Ooh, it bounced off it. So I have a 6, and a 1 or a 10, so 16. So I could stop at 16. So you're not playing all the balls. Now you can keep going, so if I have 16, I can say, all right, I'm going to give it another whirl. Let's see. 16, 17, 18, 19, 5, 16. Ooh. Ah, that was close. Ooh, dead ball. A 2, so I have 18. I think I'm going to stay. So now I could just tilt this back. That's probably how it's originally intended, so you don't have to lift it in any way, you just tilt it. Ooh, no good. A 10. Ooh, I need that 1. Here we go. 12. And a 6. 18 again. I'm going to stay. Come on. A little more. There we go. A 5. A 7. And we have 13 or 12. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 12, sorry. And a 5. Wow, I keep getting 18s. What's going on? And 17. That was a 17. Sorry. Just excited. Wow, this is actually so level they don't work their way back. Let's try this one again. 7. Gotta get better at math. Ooh, that went all the way back. So 7 and 6. What's that, 13? That's 13. Oh no, oh, bust. 23. One more time. Last time, and then we'll check out the next game. That's 7. 5. Ooh, 14 now. I'm gonna risk it all. I'm betting. Ah, bust. A 10. Alright, so that's that game. Okay, so how to score baseball. I might say baseball for the last. I want to learn these other ones. Pennants. Pennants is a game for from 2 to 4 players. Each cup is considered to be the color of the triangular pennants. Okay, so we have a white 2, a yellow 5, a yellow 5, a P5, but it's yellow, yellow, blue, blue. There's an orange one, a take-all. Pennants are white, red, blue, and yellow. And one is black, which is this one. But this one's orange on this game. To start, each player shoots 2 balls, and the highest score for the 2 gets first choice of pennants. Next highest second choice, and so forth. In case of tie, players tie and shoot again, but take their turns of choosing pennants. After those who did not have tie scores, had tie scores. Each player chooses one color. If less than 4 are playing, those pennants are not chosen, simply do not count, nor do any balls that roll to the bottom. In pennants, all the balls count the same. To play, after pennants have been chosen, each player shoots all their balls trying to play the blank theirs into the pockets he has chosen and scores 1 point for each ball he shoots into his own pockets. If he shoots any balls into pockets chosen by any opponent, then that opponent counts a point for each ball as his own score. For example, if red shoots and gets 3 balls into red, he scores 3 points. However, if he also shoots 2 into blue and 1 into white, then blue scores 2 points and white 1 point. So you can score points for the people you are playing. If any ball which lodges in the cup with the black pennant counts for the player shooting. If he also shoots 2 into blue and 1 into white, then blue scores 2 points and white 1 point. Any ball which lodges in the cup with the black pennant counts for the player shooting. When all players have finished shooting, each player counts all the balls that have lodged in his color during the entire game, regardless of which player shot them there, and the highest score wins. Okay, so this one is kind of like a wild one. So if you're blue and you get in there, you can take the point. Okay, well, let me just see. I get to shoot twice. Let's see if I can get what color is mine. Okay, so I'm going to be red. I'm taking that anyway. Let's just see. Let's just simplify. So now I've got to get the reds. Okay, so that's 1 for white, 1 for red. Ooh, a red. A 1 for yellow. 1 for blue. Ooh, 2. I have 3 in red. Ooh. Never had one stick over there. Ooh, another red. Okay, and a yellow. So now that would be some for the yellow. I got quite a few there, so let me, let's move on to the next one. I'm going to take a quick break and come right back. All right, now the game Bagatelle. The shortest amount of rules here. Scoring numbers are those from 100 to 1,000 and the double score. Oh, see, now we have 800, double score, 500, 300, I think that is cut off, but it might be 500. 700, 100, 200, 1,000 up in the top right. Shoot all the balls and score each ball according to the pocket in which it rests. The odd ball is the double ball and counts as though it were 2 of the others. What? The odd ball is the double ball and counts as though it were two of the others. Each ball in double score doubles the entire score. For instance, if your total score is 1,000, a ball in the double makes 2,000. A second ball or the odd ball alone. In the double makes score or cuts the... If your total 4,000 in Big 5... For instance, if your total 4,000, etc. in Big 5, only there is a second odd colored ball, this ball is the minus ball and subtracts its score or cuts the total score in half if it goes into the double pocket. Instead, it can be used as a second double ball or a triple ball. Any rules may be changed or interpreted by unanimous consent of all players before the game starts. Okay. Oh, there's an out. Oh, that's for baseball. Out double play. Base. What is he saying? Do you understand that? Let's see. Each ball in double score doubles the entire score. For instance, if your total score is 1,000, a ball in the double makes 2,000. A second ball or the odd ball alone, what does that mean? Or the add ball or odd? A second ball or the add ball alone in the double makes score or cuts the total score in half if it goes into the double pocket. So if you get it in there twice, I guess is what they're saying. A second ball or the odd ball alone in the double makes score or cuts the total score in half if it goes into the double ball pocket. Instead, it can be used as a second double ball or a triple ball. I'm sure you all understand that. I'm not sure why they made it that difficult. Let's just see what I scored. Let's just stay out of the double score. Nothing. Okay, so that's 100 points. That, I believe, is 3, so that's 400. That's another 3, so that's 700. Another 100, that's 800. That's 300, that's 1,100. Sorry. Ooh, 600, so that's 1,700. So let's get the double now. No, so 2,000 is my score. All right. That one makes sense. Let's go back to baseball. Now, how to score baseball. All pockets are marked with baseball plays for scoring this game. Okay, so you have out, base, out, double play, base up top, out, walk, out, single, home run, of course, SAC out, sack out, two base. What is sack out? I have no idea. Let's see. Okay, shoot until 3 are out, even if the balls must be played over and over. The play is the same as regular baseball. A man gets on base on a hit or walk. Every base runner advances one base on a single or sacrifice out. Oh, sack out. That's it. Sacrifice out. Unless the sacrifice out in the third is the third out, which retires the side. A walk advances only 3 bases on a triple and score on a home run. What? Maybe I skipped a line. A walk advances only those base runners necessary to clear first base for the batter. They all advance 2 bases on a double, 3 bases on a triple, and score on a home run. A double play can only be made when at least one man is on base. Otherwise, it counts only 1 out. In a double play, the batter and the man closest to scoring position are out. Balls which fall to bottom count outs. Oh, a game is 9 innings, so that one could take a long time. If the first batter singles, put a marker on the first base. Okay, so then you're going to have to put a marker if it gets a single on first base. So that would be this. So you're using this. I get it now. I was going to put it on the board, but no, that makes no sense. So you'd put a marker there. So you're trying to keep track of it there. Keep track of the innings here. Circle for runs and outs. Okay. A picture of a baseball diamond and scoreboard will be found on the other side of the sheet. Use it in scoring your game. Use buttons or counters to keep track of the position of players on the bases and the number of outs and runs per inning on the scoreboard. If the first batter singles, put a marker on the first base. Oh, I missed that whole section, that's why. If one is out, cover one out. Say the next triples, take the marker from first base and put it on one run and place another on third base. Then if one walks, place a marker on first base. As more runs or outs are made, just move markers from 1 to 2, etc. Mark down the score by innings just as in regular baseball. Copies of scorecards shown below the picture of the diamond, so you can make copies of that. Okay, let's just see if we can get a man on base. One out. 2 outs. 3 outs. So that would be it for me on that particular inning. Maybe it'll go quicker than I thought when it ends up like that. So that's an out, I guess, right? When it goes off the board. I think that's what it said. I'm pretty sure. Which balls which fall to bottom count outs. Oh, I put 2 in accidentally. Oh, 3 outs already. I can't even get someone on base. Whoa, that looped all the way around. Out. A walk. So now we have 1 on. Come on, hit. Home run. Oh, an out. 2 outs. Man on first. 3 outs. I think I'm going to keep playing this, but I'm going to change the camera a little bit so you guys can see what's going on up top closer. Let me reset that up. Okay, so you won't see the bottom half, but at least you'll see what's going on in the loop-de-loop up there. Out. Ooh, home run. It's right there, just so you can see it. See, I got to get the home run in there. That is a home run. 1 out and a home run, so I scored. Man on base. 2 outs. 3 outs. Well, let's see what's going on here. That's a man on base. That's a single. An out. That should be a foul ball. 2 outs. 3 outs. That ended quick. Come on. All right, now let's just see what's going down at the bottom. Now hopefully they all end up down here. Okay, second base. So I'm just kind of adjusting this. So if it's here, you kind of go there, and it misses the loop. So I have an out, man on base. A walk. Ooh, another walk. Out. Is that 2 outs? I've lost you. That's 3 outs. All right, I think we got it. How about we just change the angle once and so you can see it from straight on. All right, that's kind of my perspective above the camera. Oh, let me tilt it back. Probably not the best angle, but at least it's something different. Here we go. That's 2 outs. Actually, that's 3 outs. That's 4 outs. Ooh, another out. That says base. Now, does that mean he gets on base? A little confusing there. I never had a double play. Home run. Ooh, that almost hit it. Okay, that's out. All right, let me come back here. I'll wrap it up with you. All right, I'd say that pretty much covers Push 'em Up Big 5. I would like, again, I think that's a light restoration. It's clean. There's no more dust inside. It's really solid. You can flip the legs, like I said, either way. It changes the angle. Now it's on more of a severe angle. They roll faster. If I had an original one, or someone could give me the measurements, I'd be able to match it perfectly, but now they're going to roll down faster, I think. I think I'm having too much fun with this. This will be a good family game. I'm going to bring this one out for a game night. Definitely a more severe angle. Everything seems to be moving faster. Ooh. Second base. Does that mean if the man's on, then he gets a base? If he's on, what does that mean? Second base. 2 base. It's a double. Why did they just call it that? I knew I was going to wrap it up, but I figure at this angle we'll see if it plays different. A little bit. Okay, so it's definitely sturdier now. Sits nice on the base. Happy with it. I'm not going to do anything to wood. I'm just going to leave it as is. It's not wobbly anymore. The glass sits tight. I think overall, I'm happy with that. And there you go. Push 'em Up Big 5. And thanks for watching, everybody. Later. I just wanted to do one check before I finish because it's important to make sure that's as level as possible. So I took a ruler back here. It's just at 4. And then this side is almost exact, so we're good there. I was a little worried about it. It's very close. I'm going to say maybe a 1/16 of an inch because I bet you those bars didn't stay very straight for a long time. And then overall, I enjoyed it. I think what I'm going to do, right now it's set to the lower level. I barely got the ones on this side, so I was thinking maybe it's the board, but I think I've got it pretty good. So overall, I'd say it's pretty fun. This is definitely going to come out for a family game time. And for a game that's from, I think, the 30s, possibly the 40s, but most of these show 30s. It's held up pretty good. It's now clean, dusted, secure, and stable. I might even leave the little picture hanger on the back, because this would be cool hanging up, and then you can just pull it off the wall, keep the bar nearby. Maybe that's why they took the bar off of this one. It's the ones I've seen, it goes flat. Maybe this one, it doesn't go flat. I'm not sure. I'll have to do more research on that. But either way, I think we got a pretty good understanding of the game. Put and take, baseball, 21, pennants, bagatelle, 5 and 1. And thanks for watching. Later.
If you're looking for the item you just saw in the video, click here. Watch more videos by clicking here. Don't forget to share on social media and give a thumbs up.
Hey, LPS-Dave.
What's up, Butch?
Make sure they don't forget to subscribe.
Oh yeah, please click here to subscribe to Lucky Penny Shop. And always remember, when you see a lucky penny,
Pick it up.